Some choose to meditate on the breath, others on the Nasagra or the Bhrumadhya or the Manipura chakra, the Agya chakra, any of the chakras of the body. Others choose placid entities in the world like a lake in the mountains. The goal of most of these techniques is to silence the mind. However, there is an inherent hitch in these techniques. The nature of the mind is to keep on generating thoughts. Trying to silence it creates an unstable situation. So there is an even more powerful technique. Meditation is a powerful spiritual tool which enables us to embark on the journey within. That is the most fascinating journey you will ever undertake in your life. Meditation also allows us to bathe our mind in the most noble, sublime and elevated thoughts. Thirdly, meditation helps us cultivate the power of focus. How is focus useful to us? Consider the huge reservoir of energy, the sun, that is radiating billions of kilowatts of power upon the earth every minute. Yet, even at midday, you can put a light umbrella over your head and walk for an hour under the sun without getting serious burns. On the other hand, a laser consists of a few watts of energy that are focused intensely into a beam, and that intensity enables the laser beam to even cut diamonds. That is the power of focus. Thousands of tons of water vapor rises from the oceans just to form clouds that drift. But when the same water vapor in the form of steam is concentrated on the piston of the steam engine of the railways, it develops the power to pull thousands of tons of steel behind the engine. That is the power of focus. Now, when you cultivate focus, it enables you to apply your entire mental and intellectual faculties to learn subjects of your choice. It also enables you to pick up skills that are so easily learnt when we have the ability for concentration. When you have focus, you gain control over your emotions, because with that ability you can reject the inferior emotions. I don't want my mind to harbor these, and bring forth the superior ones, instructing your mind to cultivate them. Focus also helps you get rid of the mental clutter. Let me tell you of a very adventurous experience that I had about a decade ago. I was having a week-long program in the city of Albany, which is in upstate New York, in the month of April. A out-of-season snowstorm hit Albany. And when my lecture got over and we got out of the hall at 9:30, we discovered the snowflakes falling in great earnest and the visibility reduced to barely 15% in that dark night. to top it all, my host for that night was an 80-year-old gentleman with glasses. I said to him, Malhotraji, today you are not going to drive. Please sit by the side. And I took the steering for myself. For the next 40 minutes, we had the craziest drive of my life. The snowflakes were falling on the windscreen. It was practically impossible to see. And there was snow on the road, so there was always the danger of the tire losing traction. We were progressing at the maximum of 20 miles an hour. Finally, after 40 minutes, when we entered the driveway of his home, he, his wife, and I heaved a sigh of relief. We were still alive, and that is why I live to give you this, to share with you this experience today. Now that was a very dangerous clutter we experienced that night. Likewise is the distracted clutter our mind experiences as we go through everyday life. And meditation allows you to put it all aside and rejuvenate your inner energies. Truly, meditation is India's gift to the world. When Buddhist thought spread from Bharat to China, meditation spread along with it, and the word Dhyan got modified to Jhan, which later on became Zen, a form of meditation in Mahayana Buddhism. Very few people are aware of the link between Zen and Indian Dhyan. However, Dhyan was still unknown in the Western world. And 125 years ago, when Indian spiritual teachers started traveling to the West, they introduced meditation there. It gained popularity until today it is accepted as a normal activity in sports training, corporate boardrooms, academic environments, and the like. So let us delve into the techniques of meditation. There are many prevailing techniques in the world. Some choose to meditate on the breath, others on the Nasagra or the Bhrumadhya or the Manipurak Chakra, the Agya Chakra, any of the chakras of the body. Others choose placid entities in the world like a lake in the mountains, and so on and so forth. The goal of most of these techniques is to silence the mind. Man kumar to beda par. As the Hindi saying goes, kill the mind, your problem will be solved. However, there is an inherent hitch in these techniques. The nature of the mind is to keep on generating thoughts. Nahi kaschit kshanavapi jatu tishtati akarmakrit. Arjun, this mind doesn't stop working for a moment. So trying to silence it creates an unstable situation, like pressing the brakes of your bicycle and hoping to maintain balance. An easier option of stopping the forward motion is turning the handle around. That is the kind of meditation we want, the bhakti meditation. It says, don't kill the mind, make it Krishnamay. Turn your mind towards the divine. It will automatically rise beyond the realm of Maya. Mam chayo avyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Arjun, your mind is in the three gunas. I am trigunatit. When you attach your mind to the Supreme, your mind will also rise beyond the three gunas. Once we decide, we wish to adopt the technique of meditating upon God, the next question arises, how to do it? The most popular method is chant the names of God. And this is validated in the scriptures. Brahma Ram Te Naam Bad Dayak Badadani. The scriptures are repeatedly saying God is sitting in His name. Chant His names. However, it is not easy to attach the mind to the name. The mind wants forms, qualities, attributes. If Layla and Majnu were only given each other's names, do you think they would have developed the deep infatuation that became legendary in history? So there is an even more powerful technique. This is called Roop Dhyan meditation. You focus on the image of your beloved Lord. Let's read about it. Roop Dhyan is meditation upon a form of God. In this practice, we close our eyes initially and visualize the Lord before us or within our heart. Since the form of God is naturally charming and attractive, the mind gets a wonderful subject to focus upon. Consequently, the mind becomes steady with loving thoughts of God. You may wonder how to bring the form of Radha Krishna to your mind when you have never seen them. No need to worry. God is infinitely compassionate and allows you to make His form as you wish. The great saints were at that level where the form of their Lord was embedded in their eyes, and wherever they looked, they saw His divine image. This was the state of the gopis. Vatan mein, ghatan mein, vithin mein, bagan mein, belin mein, vatika mein, phulan mein, van mein. जहाँ जहाँ देखूं तह शाम ही दिखाई देत, मेरो शाम छाए रहियो नैनन में मन में. The gopis say we see Shree Krishna everywhere. Hanumanji says, Siya Ram May Sab Jag Jani. This, of course, is the state of Siddhi. In the state of sadhana, practice, we will need to cultivate absorption in the image of God by practicing to see Him in one place first. As we just read, that if somebody questions, I've never seen God, how will I bring His form to mind? Well, God says, you visualize me as you wish. I am Ananta Nam Rupaya. I've got innumerable names and innumerable forms. That includes the form you will make of me in your mind. It is the sentiment that is important. God says, presently, you cannot bring my original form to your material mind. Why? Because my form is divine. Go char jahan lagi man jai, so sab maya jane ubhai. Wherever the mind goes is material and God is non-material. But not to worry. You visualize His form as you wish and cultivate divine sentiments. When your devotion reaches the state of complete surrender, Mamekam Sharanam Vraja, He will then imbue your mind with His Yoga Maya power, Shuddha Sattva. When your mind becomes divine, you will then not need to meditate on Shree Krishna. You will see Him as He is. This will be after God realization. Before that, He says, first play with dolls and then the marriage happens. For now, make my image with your mind. And you don't have to stop there either. You can also meditate on his pastimes. In the Indian culture, we grow up hearing the Leelas of God, and they have such an enchanting power that people are fascinated just to look at the Ramayana coming on TV or the Katha being related. So you can visualize the Leelas with your mind as well. Shree Krishna along with Radha ji is visiting my home. I'm welcoming them. But Swamiji, the scriptures don't mention Shree Krishna having come to Texas in the United States. How can I meditate on him coming to my home? Look, what the Bhagavatam gives is a little drop of the infinite pastimes of God. Hari Anant, Hari Katha Ananta. God descends in innumerable universes constantly. Every yuga there's a yuga avatar. And every time he displays different pastimes. So Nana Bhanti Rama Avatara Ramayana Shatakoti Apara. For no pastime we can challenge. This has never happened since the beginning of eternity. Hence, like we have freedom in visualizing his image, we also have freedom in visualizing his pastimes and immersing our mind in them. Beyond that, you can also engage in Manasi Seva, serving him in the mind. There's a beautiful episode about Vasudev ji, the father of Shree Krishna. He left his little child in Braj the moment he was born. And Shree Krishna stayed there for 11 years and 52 days, finally to return to Mathura and kill the demon king Kans, who had incarcerated his father Vasudeva and mother Devaki. Having killed Kans, he went to release Vasudeva. And both father and mother were overwhelmed with joy on seeing their child. Devaki had still the sentiments, he is my baby. She lifted Krishna and put him in the lap. Vasudev ji chided her, "Look, we had taken a vow. We will not put Sri Krishna back in our lap until we donate 10,000 cows. Do Gaudan." Devaki was not one to listen to such things. She refused to let go of Krishna, and Vasudev ji did not have any cows there. He had just been released from prison, so he did the next best thing. What was that? He donated the cows in his mind. You may say, Swamiji, this is facile. But see, the Buddhist thought also presents the same kind of meditative techniques. It says, when you think of doing good to others, it actually does good to you, because those sentiments are harbored in yourself. Likewise, in Manasi Seva, you are cultivating selfless devotion and practicing it in your mind. So all the puja that you do of the deity, you can do it in your mind. And one more to complete the mix for today, the most powerful. This is Viraha Dhyan. Here you keep your Lord's image before you, but create the sentiments. When will he give me darshan in his original form? When will I get the opportunity to serve him personally? And it is not happening, which means my devotion is ineligible as yet. So this sentiment creates humbleness. a feeling of sadhana-heenata. My sadhana is insufficient. And then, with that humble longing, the devotee sheds tears of yearning. And those loving tears cleanse the heart of ages of dirt, which increases the longing for God even further. So, sometimes you meditate in union, Shree Krishna is there, I am pressing his feet. Sometimes you meditate in longing. Keep switching whenever the mind tires out. Change the kind of meditation, and the consequence of all of this will be the deepening of the longing for God. We have now churned the scriptures, the Vedic literature, chartering our course from nature of the self till meditation upon God. We shall now discuss the final topic, how to do ekanta sadhana, spiritual practice in solitude. And I am going to give you multiple spiritual practices. So don't miss out. People always come to me and say, Swamiji, how to do sadhana? So I am going to describe it in the next video. Please make it a point to listen to it carefully.